everyone, I'm so glad you're joining me today. Today I'm out here working in my side garden and it needs lots of work. It looked so pretty last summer and winter just takes a toll on them. So I've got to do some work out here. I've been to the garden center this morning and I've bought several shade plants that'll work good out here. And I also bought some plants that will go in these planters back here on my fence. I also, early this morning, I found the neatest concrete piece that I'm going to be putting out here. I found it on Facebook Marketplace this morning. So I've been hunting for one, so it's really neat. So I'll show you guys what I do with that. I also bought some boxwoods today. For those of you that watched last week, I told you that, you should go with what you know works. Well, I knew that in my mind last year, but I didn't pay attention to it. So I ended up buying some bushes last year, some like little shrub bushes, and I planted a bunch of them out, and several of them have died, and they just don't seem to do good up here where it gets more shade. So I'm going to be getting hubby to help me pull those out, and then I'm going to be replacing them with some boxwoods. You can't go wrong with boxwoods. They stay pretty year round, and that's something for me that I know that really works. I hope you guys will, if you're enjoying my videos, will hit that like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all of the sweet comments that you leave me. And let's just get right to work. Now, Sherry Baggett, my friend, took me to some garden centers in Elkton, Kentucky the other day that are owned by the Amish. And they had some of the most beautiful flowers. And Sherry was actually trying to find an old-fashioned snowball bush. And we were just not having any luck finding one of those. We found some hydrangeas, some of the limelights, but we just couldn't find any of the old-fashioned snowball bushes. We thought we spotted them. And yes, they were a viburnum, which is a snowball bush, but these weren't the old-fashioned variety. This was what's called a popcorn snowball. And there's Sherry. She's checking it out in her cute little hat. And this was the neatest place. And I ended up getting some hostas here for my shade garden. Got one of these big lime green ones, one of the dark ones, and they were beautiful. Are you trying to see if you can eat my stuff? Are you trying to eat my stuff, baby? Quit eating my wreath. Hey, get off of my wreath. eating my wreath? Huh? Hey, come here. Come here. Why are you eating my wreath? Come here. Come here. Come on. Now what are you going to do to my pots? You going to try to eat those too? Not going to taste very good. What are you trying to get? Hope I didn't plant anything too close to that fence. Okay, y'all, I've got the 3 boxwoods planted behind my bench, and now I'm working my way around this corner. And I did have those japonica plants there that we just pulled up they just weren't going to work up here. They weren't doing good. So now I've got 3 more boxwoods that are going to go in these 3 holes where those japonicas were. And then I bought this, I think it's a little lime prime hydrangea bush, and I'm going to plant it right here. Okay, you got my hole ready?
I don't know. Let's see.
Well, this one ain't going to come out of here. I don't want to root it. Well, it's got a lot of roots in that hole, don't it? I wonder if I can get all them roots out, huh? You need your little ginseng chopper, huh? Let me move this. We got root central over here by this tree. I hope it'll grow okay. But this little bush gets about 4 foot tall and about 3 foot wide, so I thought it would fill in this little corner here. Yeah, that's better. Now we got rid of some of those roots. Yeah, I believe that looks about right. Straight. Okay. Yeah. That's a rock. Y'all, this wind today, have you ever seen it this windy?
It's been windy since November.
It has been the windiest season, y'all. So I was trying to wait for a day to do this when it wasn't so windy, and I've give up. So I'm just going to fight this wind, try to get the rest of my stuff planted out here today. All right, down to the last 3 boxwoods. At least it's warm out here. Could be worse. We could be cold.
Yeah, it could always be worse, I think.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I got these boxwoods, and they're pretty good size boxwoods. They're in a 3-gallon bucket. I got them at Tractor Supply the other day. They were on sale for $17.99 a piece, which is a really good price on boxwoods because they're not cheap. think that's deep enough. I gotta say, I kind of wasted my money last year on those other bushes. I think that's good.
She wanted immediate gratification.
I did, and I got it for one season, and here I am digging it up. But I know with these are, I mean, I love the box. You're sweating. You're hot. Yeah, we've had really good luck with the boxwoods. We had that one cold spell that one time that killed a couple of branches off of some of ours, but your hands are like big old shovel scoops. Mine don't do that.
She like teaspoons.
I think that's deep enough. Yeah.
That turned okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Whoops. At least there's not poison ivy out here. Sure don't want to get in contact with that stuff again this year. There's one, hey, while you're here, I'm going to let you, it's just a little, yeah, I'm going to let you, because you're not allergic to it, and it's in my flower bed over there. Look, just don't step on my hosta. See that piece of poison ivy right down there, the 3 leaves? You can move my little thing. No.
This?
That thing right there.
This?
Yes. Make sure you get the roots, because that's what is so potent. You can move that statue. Oh my gosh, you can grab that and it doesn't.
Roll around.
Oh my gosh. I'm probably going to catch it from up here. Well, if you have to dig it up, it's just got to go. It's in the middle of that iris, ain't it? Just take the whole clump of dirt with it if you want to. Is that, you think you got it all? I'm scared to touch that dirt.
Huh?
I'm not even touching that dirt anywhere near it. Okay. Now, all right, y'all, I'm going to attempt to plant these little planters and all this wind. It's died down for a second. But this year, I'm going to use a couple of things different than I used last year. I'm going to use some, Mama had tons of this growing, moneywort, and I'm going to plant some of that in each one of these so it'll kind of trail down. I think that'll be pretty, and I love the lime green color. And I've also got some vinca vine that I'm going to plant that will also trail, and it's kind of a variegated vinca. And then I've got, let's see here. I bought this hanging basket with those super bells, the petunias. Last year I think I had a light purple. This year I thought I'd go with the darker purple. And I can separate these in this basket and have plenty for all 3 of these pots because it's a lot of little individual plants in here. So first thing I'm going to do is freshen this dirt up a little bit. Find my shovel. I think I'll start on this end. All right, let's start with our petunias and the trying to do all this without stepping on my plants. Yeah, y'all, went over there and I separated this hanging basket, and I actually had 4. There were 4 petunias in there. So I'll have 3 here, and then I'm going to have 1 more I'll do something with. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. That little one got lost. I'm going to take a lot of this dirt out, probably most of it. Where's my shovel? And these look kind of bad right now with the wind. has been beating them so bad. But they'll be fine once I give them some water. And let's see here. And then put one of our vinca vines in. And I'm going to come back in just a minute and fill these in with dirt. So again, that they won't have any air pockets in them. All right, let's see here. Whew, let's hold off for a second till this breeze is going to blow me down. Well, y'all be happy to hear the little baby birds are all gone. They made it to the yard, then they made their way around to the back. Mom and Daddy was following them the whole time. And now they're old enough, I guess they've learned to eat on their own and they've flown away. So that was such a relief. Y'all, these were so beautiful the other day when I bought them, and I've tried to keep them watered, but the wind has been so bad. Let's see. Where's my last vinca vine? Ooh, that one's got ants all over it. Hope that's going to make it. All right, now let me fill this in with some fresh dirt. I'm going to go clean up my mess here and get these watered in good, and hopefully they'll make it. They look a little rough right now, but maybe they'll make it. I hope so. Well, y'all, my little friends are back this year, but I don't see any babies yet. Somebody told me last year that these were Canadian geese. Seems like they always come to visit me when I'm out here working in this garden. Well, yeah, I'm trying to find a place to put this wheelbarrow that I think will look good. Last year I had it up at the edge of my garden and I had a big asparagus fern in it. And this year I'm going to plant some lithianthus plants that Sherry got for me. And last year I planted a few, and I just planted them in a little pot on my front porch. And they grew so tall and had the most beautiful blooms on them. So this year I think I'm going to put those in here, and some wave petunias that I bought. Just kind of a little mixture of things I've got in here. And because most everything I have in this garden is green, so that'll add a little bit of color over here. So let me run get my lithianthus plants. And I may end up moving this wheelbarrow. I'm not sure if it's going to look good here or not, but we'll see. And here we go, wind. All right. Let's do these lithianthus first in the back. These are pink. Let's go down a little bit. Well, y'all, I buried my shovel. I thought, what is that hard thing down in there? I buried my shovel when I dumped all that dirt out. And these are a real dark purple. Now, after I get finished here with my stuff today, I'm going to be heading down to my daughter Heather's house where we were planting those planters a few weeks ago. She's been redoing some landscaping around her house and some things that had died from the cold a couple years ago. So she has a big flower bed out behind her patio that we're going to. We already planted a few boxwoods and some pink knockout shrubs. Of course, she loves pink, but we're going to be planting some perennials in there today. We went shopping for perennials the other day, and then Mama gave her a few, and Mama's neighbor has the most beautiful flowers. Her name's Lisa, and she gave us some beautiful poppies. So I got one and got a couple for Heather and Kayla, my other daughter, who's also been working on some planting a garden. So I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. We all love digging in the dirt. All right, let's see here. I think I'm going to plant some of these up in the front. Let's give these some water. Now y'all got all these plants left. I've got this foxtail fern and the primrose, this petunia that was left, and some more of the lithianthus. So what I think I'm going to do is move this out of here. All right, y'all, the other day I was on Facebook Marketplace and I found this little concrete statue, and it was just right over here about 10 minutes from us for $20. And it just was an old bird bath base, and they have set like a concrete ball on top of it. And I love it, except that this has white kind of peeling paint off of it. So I'm going to add a little bit of white paint to this and scratch it up with some sandpaper so it'll kind of match this. I can come back with some sandpaper and scratch it up. Just a little bit of dirt so it won't look so white. Just gonna get a little dirt on my hands and get a little of this loose dirt. Well, that doesn't seem to be doing anything. A little bit. Should have done that before it dried. I might still come in with a little sandpaper and scuff it up a little bit more. It's hard to get this thing on there. Now I'm going to move it, or get hubby to move it for me. That thing's heavy. Just don't step on my plants. Let's get rid of this orange one here. That's got to go. Now, got too much junk over here, so I know I want to keep my chair down here, but my bee skep shed's going to have to go somewhere else, so let's move this. I may put my but I just don't like all these flower pots behind there. We're going to have to do something else with those. Okay, so I moved my little statue right over here. Need to rake a little bit in there. It looks a little bad, but I think that looks pretty. I've got my chair down there. Got rid of that table back there in the back. There was way too much stuff. And I moved my bee skep shed up here under this fence. Again, I need to do a little raking back there. It looks a little pitiful out here right now, but I think that'll work. I think I'm going to stack these rocks up here. And set my little concrete bee skep that I bought at Antiques on 231 about a month ago at her spring open house. Let's see what that looks like. It'd probably look good if it wasn't so crooked. Let's see here. I think I'm going to have to. Yeah, that looks pretty. Now, all I got left is these little puppies. What can we do with them? I had a little concrete statue of a little dog, and when Cooper was a baby, well, I say he was a baby, he was probably about 3 or 4, and he had a little electric powered four-wheeler, and I would follow him around the yard on the big four-wheeler, and I would let him, I'd follow him. He stayed with me a few days a week when he was a baby. And he always would, every time he would pass this little dog, he'd have to stop, get off of his little four-wheeler, and go over there and pet this little dog. So it finally just got wore out and disintegrated, and all I could save was the little bit of its head. So I can't part with this little head. So I got to find a place to put this, because he loves this little thing. There we go. All right, now I think I've got this watering can sitting in that chair over there, but I had some stuff planted in it last year, so I'm going to try to dig up these roots and plant another little annual flower in here. And then I'm going to put this little white primrose in here. Now this little petunia, she looks a little bad right now, but she'll perk up with a little water. Oh, maybe that'll keep that, maybe this heavy pot will keep this chair from blowing over in this wind until I can get it staked off in the ground.